deepest, darkest moments, when doubt gnaws at your mind and fear takes hold of your every thought, you'll find yourself standing at a crossroads. And right there, in that moment, you have a choice. You can give in. You can fall back into the arms of comfort. You can press that snooze button. You can stay in bed just a little longer and let another day slip away. Or you can rise. You can rise with every ounce of what you've got. And trust me, it will take every ounce. You will have to dig deep and take everything you have, every last drop of energy, and pour it into your vision, into your goals. So what happens if you don't give it everything you've got? If you give in to your doubts, if you decide to stay down and quit pushing forward, you know what happens. You cut your family short. You cut everyone who believes in you short. But more than that, you cut yourself short. You rob yourself of the life you were destined to live. The one you dream of when the lights go out. When you close your eyes and envision what could be. You have seen it, haven't you? The vision of success, the vision of yourself, strong, unstoppable, and powerful. But without action, without sweat, without the willingness to sacrifice, that vision is just a fantasy. And that fantasy will remain a fantasy until you step up and demand it. You want that life? You want the life of freedom, of success, of limitless possibilities? Then level up. It's time. There is no easy way, no shortcuts, no cheat codes. You have to earn it. It'll require everything. There are no rest days. There's no time to sleep in, to waste. You have to wake up every day and grind. Even when your body is screaming for rest. Even when your mind is telling you that you've given enough. Even when the world is falling apart around you, you stand. You show up. You give it everything. You show up when it's raining. You show up when it's snowing. You show up when you're tired, when you're sick, when you feel broken. You show up. You give your best. You sweat. You bleed. You cry. You puke. You do whatever it takes to make sure that no day is wasted. And that's the price of success. This isn't for the weak. This isn't for the ones who sit around waiting for motivation. This isn't for the ones who talk about their dreams, but never take action. If you want to stand among the few who rise to the top, then you must learn the hardest truth of all. There is no success without sacrifice. And if you're not willing to sacrifice, if you're not willing to endure pain, discomfort, and frustration, then you're not ready. You have to put in the work. You have to fight when it feels impossible. You have to fight when you don't feel like it. Every single day. So, what happens if you don't? What happens if you refuse to fight? If you refuse to go after what's yours? You're not going to feel relief. You're not going to feel free. You're going to feel regret. You're going to feel that empty void deep within you, gnawing at you, telling you that you could have been more, you could have done more. But you chose to give in. You chose to stay where you were. And that dream, that burning desire inside you, it's not going anywhere. It stays with you. But if you do nothing, if you let fear and doubt rule you, you'll die with that dream inside you. Buried, forgotten, never realized. But if you rise, if you decide that today is the day you fight, that today is the day you make a change, then you are on the path to becoming something unstoppable. You want success? Then you fight for it every day. You wake up with purpose. You wake up with fire. And you carry that fire with you into everything you do. You think this is going to be easy? You think success is going to come to you just because you wish for it? No. No one is coming to save you. No one is handing you anything. You will have to suffer for it. You will have to push through moments that will break you. You'll have to deal with failure. You'll have to deal with pain. You'll have to deal with defeat. But here's the thing. It's in those defeats, in those moments when everything seems like it's falling apart, that your greatest growth happens. Those defeats, they will shape you into something far greater than you ever imagined. Every failure, every setback, every ounce of pain, it's all shaping you into the warrior you are meant to be. And if you think for a second that you can just sit back and wait for things to happen, you're dead wrong. You're running from your own success right now. You're afraid of the work. You're afraid of the sacrifice. You're afraid of what you might become when you finally unlock your potential. You have it in the palm of your hand, but you're too afraid to grab it. But that fear is exactly what will make you stronger. Embrace it. Use it. You have everything you need to succeed. Your mind, your vision, your dream. These are the tools you need to create the life you've always wanted. See it. Believe it. You have to see it first. You have to visualize yourself winning. You have to see yourself at the top. And if you truly believe it, if you truly see yourself as the one who wins, then you will fight through every single barrier. You'll fight through every single obstacle. Nothing will be able to stop you. But belief is just the start. Belief without action is nothing. You have to move. You have to act. You have to execute. And when it gets tough, when you feel like you can't go on, that's when you fight harder. When everyone else is quitting, when they've given up, that's when you double down. Because the warriors who rise are the ones who push through when no one else will. They rise because they refuse to stay down. And you can rise too. But it will require everything. Life will throw everything at you. It will test you. It will push you to the brink. You will face obstacles. You will face hardships. You will be crushed under the weight of your own doubts. But you can't quit. You can't give up. When it feels like you can't take anymore, when it feels like everything is lost, that's when you dig deeper. That's when the real strength comes out. The world doesn't owe you anything. You owe it to yourself to fight for everything you want. No one will hand you success. No one will hand you happiness. No one will give you the life you want. You have to build it. You have to create it from nothing. And that process, it will take every ounce of your blood, sweat, and tears. That's the price of success. And here's the real question. Are you willing to pay it? Are you willing to sacrifice everything? Your comfort, your fears, your doubts, so that you can live the life you know you were meant to? Are you ready to give everything? Because this isn't for the faint of heart. This is for the ones who are ready to rise, to fight, and to conquer. This is for the warriors. And if that's you, if you're ready to step into the battle, then there's nothing that can stop you. Nothing in this world will stand in your way if you refuse to back down. But you have to choose that path. You have to choose to fight. Today. Lesson 1. Embrace the power of vision. Objective. Learn to visualize your success, embody it, and use it as the fuel to push through doubt and fear. Overview. Vision is the foundation of everything. Without it, you'll wander aimlessly, tossed by the winds of doubt and indecision. With a clear and powerful vision, you gain focus, direction, and an unshakable sense of purpose. Vision is the starting point of success, and it's not just about dreaming. It's about seeing your success as a tangible reality, even before it exists. Your mind is the first battleground, and if you can control it, you can control everything that follows. Key concepts. Visualization as a tool for success. Visualization is not simply wishful thinking. It's a powerful tool that your mind can use to prepare for your success, to mentally rehearse the actions you will take, and to reinforce your belief that your goals are achievable. You are laying the foundation for your future reality by training your mind to see it before it exists. When you visualize your success, you start to move with intention. It becomes less of a what if and more of a when. Implementation steps. Set aside time every morning to visualize yourself achieving your goal. Picture yourself in vivid detail, how it feels, what you see, the emotions you experience. Visualize yourself at the peak of your success, not just the end, but every step of the way, including the challenges you will face and the actions you will take to overcome them. The power of focused imagination. Your imagination is not just for entertainment. It's one of the most powerful tools you have for creating your reality. When you focus on a clear vision and allow that vision to occupy your thoughts, your mind begins to work toward making it a reality. Your actions will align with your thoughts, and your mind will identify opportunities that you would have otherwise missed. Focusing your imagination on success rewires your brain to act in ways that will bring that success closer. Implementation. Steps. Create a mental image of success. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Write down your vision in vivid detail. Create a visual representation or vision board to keep in front of you as a daily reminder. Each time doubt creeps in, return to your mental image. See it clearly in your mind. Feel it in your heart, seeing yourself as already successful. The key to manifestation is to see yourself as already the person you need to be to accomplish your goal. If you don't believe that you are capable of achieving it now, then you will never act in a way that aligns with that belief. It's not about wishing for success. It's about knowing you will succeed and embodying that success in the present. The more you see yourself as already having succeeded, the more your actions will follow that belief. Implementation. Steps. Take time each day to see yourself as the person you aspire to be. When you wake up, ask yourself, what would the successful version of me do today? Act as if your success is inevitable. Your thoughts, actions, and decisions should reflect the confidence that you already have everything you need to succeed. Challenge. Morning visualization practice. For 1 week, commit to spending at least 10 minutes every morning visualizing yourself achieving your goal. Do this before you check your phone, before you let outside influences distract you. In this sacred time, only focus on the vision of your success. Write your vision. Write down your vision for success in vivid detail. Create a success manifesto where you describe what your life will look like when you achieve your goals. Read this daily, and with each reading, make sure it feels more real. Allow yourself to become emotionally connected to the words. Affirmations. Every time doubt creeps in, use affirmations to remind yourself that your success is not only possible, but inevitable. For example, I am already successful, and every step I take is bringing me closer to my goals. Say these affirmations out loud, with conviction. Your vision is the map to your success. The clearer it is, the more intentional your journey will be. Don't wait for success to find you. Don't wait for the world to change. Create your vision, live it, and watch it unfold. Every day you step forward with your vision in mind, You are not just imagining success. You are becoming the person who achieves it. Lesson 2. Stop waiting for motivation. Create discipline. Objective. Shift your mindset from waiting for motivation to creating your own discipline. Understanding that lasting success is built through consistent, daily effort, not fleeting bursts of inspiration. Overview. Motivation is unreliable. Some days you'll feel fired up and ready to conquer the world. Other days, you'll feel like you're walking through quicksand. If you rely on motivation alone, you'll never achieve the consistent results necessary for success. The key to long-term growth is discipline, the ability to show up and do the work, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is the true separator between those who succeed and those who falter. It's not about waiting for the right moment, the right inspiration, or the right feeling. It's about committing to the process and making it non-negotiable. Key concepts. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is unshakable. Motivation can be like a wave. It can crash into you, giving you a surge of energy and focus, but it can also fade just as quickly. If you wait for motivation to hit, you might never take action. Discipline, on the other hand, is a constant. It's the commitment to taking action no matter how you feel. When motivation is absent, discipline is what keeps you going. It's the backbone of success, the fuel that drives you to push through the days when the world feels like it's working against you. Implementation. Steps. Start by identifying one task or habit that you want to build discipline around. Choose something that will have a significant impact on your goals, such as daily exercise, writing, studying, or working on your business. Make it non-negotiable. Decide that no matter how you feel, you will do this task every day. This commitment should be unconditional. There is no tomorrow or later. If it's part of your routine, you do it. No excuses. Track your progress. Keep a daily log or journal of your actions, noting when you followed through and when you didn't. This not only holds you accountable, but reinforces the habit. Building consistency over time. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to work 24/7 or pushing through at all costs. It's about creating small, consistent actions that over time lead to massive results. Just like building muscle, consistency compounds over time. Each small action, done consistently, builds the foundation for success. One day of discipline doesn't change much, but a year of consistent, disciplined effort transforms your life. Implementation steps. Break your larger goals into small, manageable tasks that you can do every single day. These tasks should take a manageable amount of time, and you should be able to do them without feeling overwhelmed. Daily commitment. Commit to doing one small task each day. Even if it's just 15 minutes, make sure you do it every day without fail. This is your daily minimum, and it becomes part of your routine. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for consistency. If you miss a day, don't dwell on it. Acknowledge it, then get back on track the next day. The goal is to never stop, even if you stumble. How to develop mental toughness. Mental toughness is the ability to keep pushing forward, despite discomfort, adversity, or setbacks. It's a crucial element of discipline. When you push through challenges, you develop resilience. Your mental strength grows as you learn to ignore distractions, push past emotional resistance, and do what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. Implementation. Steps. Embrace discomfort. Start pushing yourself out of your comfort zone regularly. Whether it's physical, like working out, or mental, like tackling a challenging project, choose activities that stretch your limits. Create a morning routine. Begin each day with a routine that sets the tone for discipline. This can include stretching, journaling, or tackling a difficult task right away. Having a morning routine that prioritizes discipline helps you maintain control over your day from the start. Develop mental resilience. Every time you want to quit or avoid a task, practice pushing through it. For example, when working out, push through that last rep, even though your body wants to quit. When faced with a hard decision, choose the option that requires the most discipline, not the one that feels easier. Challenge. Non-negotiable daily action. Choose one task that will take you closer to your goal and make it non-negotiable for the next 30 days. This could be working out for 20 minutes each day, reading a chapter of a book, or spending 30 minutes on your side hustle. Commit to it daily, no exceptions. Write it down, put it on your calendar, and make sure it happens no matter what. The key is consistency, not perfection. Track your daily discipline. For the next 30 days, track your actions. Create a simple chart or journal where you mark off each day that you follow through on your non-negotiable task. Reflect on any challenges you face and how you overcame them. At the end of each week, review your progress to see how discipline has built momentum. Push beyond resistance. Choose one area where you consistently give in to resistance, whether it's procrastination, laziness, or fear, and actively push through it. This could be something small, like getting up early to work out, or something big, like writing that first chapter of your book. Each time you push through the resistance, remind yourself that you're building mental toughness. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's not about waiting for the right mood, the right day, or the right conditions. It's about committing to the process, showing up every single day, and refusing to quit. Motivation will come and go, but discipline will keep you moving forward. If you want to be successful, it's not enough to feel motivated. You have to create a system of discipline that drives you even when you don't feel like it. Every small, consistent step you take adds up to something powerful. Keep moving, no matter what. Lesson 3. Build strength through suffering. Objective. Understand that discomfort and suffering are essential for growth. Embrace challenges instead of avoiding them, knowing that your greatest strength is built through enduring and overcoming adversity. Overview. Most people spend their lives avoiding discomfort. We avoid pain, hardship, and struggle because we associate these things with failure or weakness. But the truth is, the greatest achievements, the most significant transformations, and the deepest personal growth come from facing and overcoming suffering. Success doesn't come from avoiding challenges. It comes from embracing them, learning from them, and allowing them to shape you into someone stronger, tougher, and more resilient. In fact, the more you resist discomfort, the less growth you'll experience. True growth happens only when you step outside your comfort zone, confront the obstacles that stand in your way, and press forward despite the pain. Key concepts. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. If you want to become someone who achieves greatness, you have to stop running from discomfort. Comfort is where dreams go to die. The only way to grow is to deliberately push yourself beyond your current limits. Every time you push yourself through pain or difficulty, you expand your capabilities. You become more than you were yesterday. It is in moments of challenge and hardship that you find your true potential. Implementation steps. Identify your comfort zone. Take a moment to reflect on where you have been staying comfortable in your life. Is it in your career, in your relationships, in your personal development? Write down the areas where you tend to avoid discomfort. Choose a challenge. Select one area where you will intentionally push yourself outside of your comfort zone. This could be anything from taking on a difficult project, confronting a personal fear, or physically pushing your body further than it's ever been. Embrace discomfort daily. Each day, challenge yourself in small ways. If you're working on fitness, try pushing your limits with your workout. If you're focused on personal development, confront something you've been avoiding, like speaking up or taking risks in your career. Pain is temporary, but growth is forever. Suffering is inevitable, but how you view it will determine its impact on your life. Every time you experience pain, whether it's emotional, physical, or mental, you have a choice. Either let it defeat you or use it as a stepping stone toward greater strength. Pain, when endured and properly channeled, is one of the most powerful tools you have for growth. It teaches you resilience, perseverance, and the ability to overcome anything. When you learn to embrace the pain and discomfort, you start to see it as part of the process, not something to avoid. Implementation. Steps. Reframe your mindset about pain. Every time you experience discomfort, remind yourself that this pain is temporary and necessary for your growth. Instead of seeing it as something to fear, see it as an opportunity to strengthen your character and expand your abilities. Create a mantra. Develop a phrase or mantra that you can say to yourself when you're going through tough moments. Something like, "This pain is temporary, and it is making me stronger," can serve as a powerful reminder during tough times. Reflect on your progress. After a challenging experience, take the time to reflect. Ask yourself what you learned and how the pain shaped you. This reflection helps you see the value in suffering and reminds you that each struggle builds the person you're becoming. Mental toughness comes from pushing through the struggle. Mental toughness is the ability to keep moving forward, even when everything inside you is telling you to quit. It's built through consistent exposure to challenges and through developing the ability to keep going, no matter how hard it gets. The more often you push through adversity, the stronger your mental fortitude becomes. Just like physical strength, mental toughness is something you build over time by facing difficulty and refusing to let it break you. Implementation. Steps. Start small. Mental toughness doesn't happen overnight. Begin by challenging yourself in small ways. For example, if you're working out, finish your set even when it feels impossible. If you're working on a project, keep going even when you hit a roadblock. Visualize strength. When you're faced with a challenge, take a moment to visualize yourself pushing through it. See yourself overcoming obstacles, staying calm, and remaining focused. This mental rehearsal strengthens your resolve. Seek out challenges. Make it a point to seek out opportunities that will push your limits. Whether it's taking on a difficult task, entering a competition, or facing something you fear, actively seek out challenges that will make you stronger. Challenge. Daily discomfort. Challenge. For the next 14 days, find one thing every day that pushes you outside of your comfort zone. This could be a physical challenge, like pushing through a difficult workout, a mental challenge, like tackling a task you've been procrastinating, or an emotional challenge, like confronting a difficult conversation. Embrace it fully and reflect on how it made you stronger. Push past your limits. Choose one area where you consistently feel weak or where you tend to give up when things get tough. Whether it's running, reading, or working on a personal goal, push yourself to go beyond your normal limits. If you normally run for 20 minutes, push for 25. If you normally work for an hour, push for 15 more minutes. Every time you hit a wall, push through it and see what happens. Embrace a no-quit mindset. Every time you feel like giving up on something, whether it's a project, a workout, or a goal, commit to pushing through it for an additional 10 minutes. Tell yourself that quitting is not an option. Use this practice to build mental resilience and develop the habit of finishing what you start. Final thought. Suffering and discomfort are not enemies. They are the crucible in which you are forged. Every time you push through the pain, every time you confront the hardship, you are becoming stronger, more resilient, and more capable of achieving greatness. The greater the challenge, the greater the strength you will gain from it. Success doesn't come to the ones who avoid difficulty. It comes to those who embrace it, use it as a tool, and rise to meet it head-on. The strength you need to achieve your goals is built in the fire of adversity. So let it burn. Let it shape you into someone who cannot be defeated. Lesson 4. Focus on execution, not excuses. Objective. Learn to prioritize action over hesitation, execution over procrastination, and progress over perfection. Stop making excuses and start getting things done. Overview. Many people spend their lives dreaming of success, but they never take the necessary steps to make it happen. They wait for the perfect time, the right moment, or the ideal conditions. But the truth is, the perfect moment never arrives. The road to success is paved with consistent action, even when it's not convenient, even when conditions aren't ideal, and even when you don't feel like it. Execution is the key. It's the difference between those who achieve their goals and those who merely talk about them. Focusing on execution means taking action, even when the circumstances aren't perfect, and pushing forward despite uncertainty, doubt, or fear. It's about taking steps, no matter how small, toward your goal, every single day. Key concepts. Execution is the bridge between ideas and reality. Ideas are plentiful. We all have them. Visions, goals, dreams. But ideas are meaningless without execution. Success doesn't come from thinking about what you want to do. It comes from doing it. Many people spend their time planning, refining, and tweaking their ideas to perfection. While planning is important, it should never overshadow execution. A plan without action is simply a wish. Real progress only happens when you commit to execution and follow through, no matter what. Implementation steps. Stop waiting for perfection. If you are waiting for everything to align perfectly before taking action, you will wait forever. Start now with what you have and make adjustments along the way. The best time to start is now, not later. Break down your goals into actionable steps. Instead of focusing on your end goal, break it down into small, manageable actions you can take every day. Every task you complete, no matter how small, is one step closer to achieving your dream. Commit to action. At the end of each day, reflect on the actions you've taken. If you didn't take any action, ask yourself why. Then commit to taking at least one step the next day, no matter how small. Excuses keep you stuck. Execution moves you forward. Excuses are the silent killers of progress. We all make them. Too tired, too busy, not the right time, not enough resources. But every excuse is a barrier that stands between you and your success. The more you make excuses, the more you stay stuck in the same place. Excuses are often rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of discomfort. But if you want to succeed, you must stop letting fear dictate your actions. You must choose execution over hesitation, regardless of how you feel in the moment. Implementation steps. Identify your excuses. Take note of the excuses you make when you fail to act. Are they based on fear or procrastination? Once you identify them, challenge each excuse. Ask yourself if it's truly valid, or if it's just your mind trying to protect you from discomfort. Replace excuses with solutions. For every excuse, come up with a solution. For example, if you say, "I don't have time," ask yourself, how can I make time for this? If you say, "I don't have the resources," ask, what resources do I already have, and how can I use them to get started? Start small. If you're overwhelmed, start with small tasks. The key is to start somewhere, no matter how insignificant the first step might seem. Momentum comes from action, and once you take that first step, it will be easier to take the next one. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates results. When you take action, even if it's just a little bit at a time, you begin to build momentum. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces you can harness. Once you get moving, it becomes easier to continue moving. The more you execute, the more confident you become in your ability to succeed, and the more motivated you'll feel. The key is to stop waiting for the right moment and just take action. Execution breeds confidence, and confidence breeds success. Implementation steps. Create a daily action plan. Every day, write down the most important tasks you need to accomplish. Prioritize them and commit to completing them. Even if you only have 30 minutes to work, use that time to move forward. Commit to at least one action step every day. No matter how small, make sure that you take one step toward your goal every day. This could be sending an email, writing a page, making a call, or doing a quick workout. The key is consistency. Celebrate small wins. Every time you complete a task, take a moment to acknowledge your progress. This celebration reinforces positive behavior and boosts your motivation to continue. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Many people never finish what they start because they're waiting for perfection. They refine, adjust, and tweak endlessly, convinced that they can always improve it. The truth is, perfection doesn't exist. There will always be something more to improve. Waiting for perfection prevents you from getting started and slows your momentum. Accept that progress is more important than perfection. Done is better than perfect. Execution is the key to making progress. Once you take action, you can refine, adjust, and improve along the way. Implementation steps. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Understand that the first version of your work is not going to be perfect, and that's okay. Your focus should be on getting it done, not on making it flawless. Set deadlines. Commit to finishing tasks within a certain time frame, even if they're not perfect. A deadline forces you to take action and prevents you from getting stuck in endless refinement. Refine as you go. Once you start executing, you'll find ways to improve. Keep moving forward and don't wait for the perfect conditions. You can always make adjustments as you learn from your mistakes and successes. Challenge. The action first challenge. For the next 14 days, commit to taking at least one action toward your goal every single day. Even if it's small, make sure you do something that brings you closer to your dream. Do not let any excuse prevent you from taking action. Track your execution. Keep a daily log of the actions you take. This helps you see how much you're accomplishing, builds momentum, and keeps you accountable. At the end of each week, review your progress and evaluate what worked and what didn't. This will help you stay focused and make adjustments as needed. The done is better than perfect challenge. Choose one project or task that you've been delaying because you're waiting for it to be perfect. Finish it and release it into the world, even if it's not perfect. Remind yourself that progress is better than perfection. Final thought. The only thing that separates you from your goals is action. You can dream, plan, and strategize, but if you don't execute, you won't make any progress. Execution is everything. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the right feeling, or the right conditions. The time to act is now. Every small step you take today adds up to massive results over time. And as you take action consistently, you'll not only move closer to your goals, you'll build the momentum and confidence needed to continue pushing forward until you achieve everything you set out to do. Lesson 5. Build resilience through defeat. Objective. Understand that failure is not the end, but a necessary part of the growth process. Learn how to use defeat as a catalyst for building resilience, and understand that every setback is an opportunity for greater strength, wisdom, and growth. Overview. Failure is inevitable. Everyone who has achieved success has faced setbacks, failures, and moments of defeat. Yet so many people view failure as something to avoid, something to fear, or something that signifies the end of the road. The truth is, failure is a part of the journey, and it's one of the most powerful tools for growth. Without failure, there is no growth. Without hardship, there is no transformation. The key is not to avoid defeat, but to embrace it, learn from it, and use it to fuel your resilience. Resilience is built through facing adversity and refusing to let it break you. It's not about never falling. It's about how you get back up every time you do. Key concepts. Failure is inevitable. Embrace it. Every successful person has faced failure. The people who rise to the top aren't those who have avoided failure, but those who have faced it, learned from it, and kept going. When you experience failure, it doesn't mean you're incapable or unworthy. It means you are human. Failure is a part of the process. It's where you learn your deepest lessons, where you build your strongest muscles, both mentally and emotionally. The more you embrace failure, the more resilient you become. Implementation steps. Reframe failure. Instead of viewing failure as a negative event, change your mindset. See it as feedback. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What did I do right? And what could I have done better? Separate failure from identity. Don't allow failure to define who you are. Understand that failing at something is not the same as being a failure. You are not your mistakes. You are the person who learns from them and gets better. Create a failure journal. Write down your setbacks and defeats, along with the lessons you've learned from them. This will help you see that every failure is a stepping stone, not a roadblock. Resilience is built in the face of adversity. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop over time. It's the ability to stay strong when life gets hard, to persevere through difficulties, and to rise again after you fall. Every time you face adversity and refuse to quit, you build your resilience. The more you expose yourself to challenges and overcome them, the stronger and more resilient you become. Implementation steps. Get comfortable with discomfort. Actively seek out challenges that will stretch you. This could be taking on a difficult project at work, confronting a fear, or pushing your physical limits in a workout. Every time you face something difficult and get through it, you build resilience. Develop mental toughness. When things get tough, resist the urge to give up. Push through the resistance. Focus on the bigger picture, the long-term goal, and remind yourself that every struggle is an opportunity to grow stronger. Use setbacks as stepping stones. When you encounter a setback, don't see it as a roadblock. View it as an opportunity to improve. What can you learn from this setback? How can you adjust your approach to get closer to your goal? The importance of perseverance. Perseverance is the ability to keep going, even when it feels like progress is impossible. It's the refusal to quit in the face of adversity. The most successful people aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who faced challenges, struggled, and kept going. Perseverance is the quiet strength that keeps you moving forward, even when everything seems stacked against you. Implementation. Steps. Break down your goals. When faced with a large, overwhelming goal, break it down into smaller, achievable tasks. This makes the process less daunting and allows you to focus on taking one step at a time, which helps you persevere through the tough times. Celebrate small victories. Every time you make progress, no matter how small, take a moment to celebrate. Recognizing even the smallest win helps keep you motivated during the hard times. Create a support system. Surround yourself with people who encourage perseverance, people who understand the value of hard work, and who won't let you quit. When you have a strong support system, it's easier to keep pushing through. Growth comes from the struggle. In every difficult moment, there is an opportunity for growth. The more you struggle, the more you stretch your limits. It's only through facing your struggles head-on that you truly evolve into the person you need to become. The struggle is not something to fear. It's something to embrace. Growth isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about using them to become stronger. Implementation steps. View challenges as opportunities. Instead of dreading difficulties, ask yourself how they can help you grow. What new skills can you develop? What new strengths can you discover? This shift in mindset will help you face struggles with a more positive and proactive attitude. Push through emotional resistance. When you feel like quitting emotionally, when you feel discouraged or overwhelmed, push through that resistance. Recognize that this emotional resistance is part of the process, and it's a sign that you're on the verge of breakthrough. Build a growth mindset. Cultivate a mindset that embraces learning and growth. When you fail, don't see it as a defeat. See it as an opportunity to learn, improve, and come back stronger. Challenge. The Resilience Journal. For the next 14 days, keep a journal where you reflect on your struggles, failures, and the lessons you've learned. Each day, write down one setback you've encountered and one thing you learned from it. At the end of 2 weeks, review your entries and notice how much you've grown through adversity. Face a fear. Identify one fear or challenge that you've been avoiding. It could be speaking in public, taking on a difficult project, or confronting someone you've been avoiding. This week, make it a point to face this fear head-on. The goal is not to conquer it immediately, but to begin the process of becoming resilient through it. Perseverance challenge. Choose one long-term goal that has felt like an uphill battle. Break it down into small tasks and commit to one task every day for the next month, no matter how difficult or discouraging it might feel. Write down each day's action, even the setbacks, and notice how your perseverance compounds over time. Final thought. Resilience is not something you're born with. It's built piece by piece, through every struggle you face and overcome. Every defeat, every failure, every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger. It's through adversity that you develop the strength, character, and mental fortitude needed to achieve greatness. Failure is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Embrace the struggles, face the pain, and use it to build a resilience that can never be broken. The more you persevere, the more you grow, and the closer you get to the person you were always meant to become. To all the returning GrimFace warriors, thank you. Your resilience, dedication, and unrelenting pursuit of greatness are what make this movement stronger every day. You embody the power of persistence and the relentless drive to rise, no matter how many times life tries to knock you down. Keep pushing. Keep growing. The journey is far from over, and every step you take brings you closer to your true potential. To those of you new to the GrimFace movement, welcome. You've taken the first step toward transformation. Here, we don't shy away from discomfort. We embrace it. We learn from it. We build our strength through every challenge. If you're ready to stop making excuses, to stop waiting for the right moment, and to take control of your life, then subscribe. Join us. Together, we will create the life we're meant to live. The battle is never easy, but it is worth it. Let's rise. Together.